Hi, my name is Lheidli. Welcome to my channel here, the Cloth Diaper Podcast, which is a weekly podcast show. But also, we are now a YouTube channel where we do all things cloth diaper, basically. So today, I'm going to talk to you about how I plan on doing absorbency tests in 2019. So the thing about absorbency tests that I want you to know is that this is kind of like pseudoscience. It's not super sciencey. It's just kind of like kitchen science, and it's not to be taken as accurate. It's to be taken as a gauge, an estimate, an understanding about how one diaper or one insert compares to another. So each week I'm going to do inserts. You can find all of the comparisons over on my blog, clothdiaperpodcast.com. And we're going to do it the same way every week to hopefully show a consistent number. I'm just using a Amazon Basics kitchen scale. So it's nothing super sciencey. I'm using a bowl full of water. It's at room temperature because this, I figured, was the easiest way to kind of manage it. And then today we're going to walk through how I do it with an example. And for all of my results, I'm going to do it at least 3 times. And I'm going to make sure that the product, I will let you know if I'm doing unprepped product or I'm doing prep product or what stage of this. So I believe this is a prepped Nuggles Bamboo Luxe insert. It's 2 layers of bamboo cotton. And I do have a video on these. I'll link it down below. I did it in 2018. I really think that this helps us give a scale, so we can say this insert for Bailey ranked the most and this one ranked the least. So then that gives us like a scale of reference. It's not that I can promise that every time this insert is going to absorb X number of ounces for you. It's that you can see where it lines up with other comparable products and what the cost might be. The biggest thing I think is consistency. So when you're looking at my numbers and you're comparing them to someone else, think about the method that they did. The other thing I want to bring up is that we are measuring maximum capacity right now. So this is what a fully saturated insert would weigh. A fully saturated insert is probably something that's going to leak on you. So I would never want to get to this point of having it fully saturated on my child. And I do a squeeze test, which is kind of very unscientific, and the squeeze test tends to squeeze out 10 to 40% of the original weight, and I think that gives us a better idea about a fully saturated insert that isn't going to compress. But if you have some suggestions on compression, please let me know. We're also going to do this in ounces, not milliliters, because that seems to be the common trend. Even though I'm in Canada, I am familiar with the concept of ounces with diapering more than I am familiar with the concept of milliliters. How about we do it together, and then yeah. So how I do this is I've been folding the insert up like how I would put it in the diaper, and then I'm going to turn on my scale and I weigh it in grams. Usually I jot down this number. Sometimes my scale times out on me and sometimes it doesn't. So I tear this out, and I also use my phone's timer because we're gonna do 1 minute in the water. I feel like 1 minute is a way that doesn't absorb all of my time, and 1 minute felt like a good number. So I just pushing it in, and we're gonna start. Again, there's a lot of discrepancies because I'm human, so this isn't exactly science. It's not exactly perfect. We're looking for a fully saturated insert here, and I'm going to do it for a minute. I'm hoping that sometime in 2019 I get a little bit of time, and I'm going to do some comparisons, especially with hemp, to see if the diaper absorbs more over time, because hemp is talked about as being one of these super absorbers, but it's super slow to absorb. So I'm curious to see the numbers on hemp after 1 minute, after 3 minutes, after 5 minutes. So I'm hoping to do that sometime in 2019. This actually process takes a good amount of time for me. We're just gonna sit. But I thought 1 minute was good. And the other one that I'm really gonna look for some help in is how can I how can I test how quickly a material uptakes liquid? All right, a minute. So you're just gonna pull this out and we're gonna let it drip dry. Usually this takes another minute. I hate this part. So usually I say that that's pretty good if it's just a little bit dripping, because otherwise I stay here forever waiting for it to drip. Yeah, see, I tried it a couple of times. I was like tossing the insert around a lot, and like that was problematic. Like I was doing like this and this, and yeah, not good. Sometimes my scale times out on me, so I try to push the button a lot. So we're gonna go to fluid ounces. So water can be measured in fluid ounces pretty effectively on a scale because it weighs the same as it does show in the beaker. That's what Google tells me. I've decided that weighing is more accurate than measuring because my eyeballs really suck and I don't have any fancy graduated cylinders. Plus, I feel like if I always do it this way, then again, it's like frame of reference. So then I put the soaking wet insert on. This knuckles is 10.9 fluid ounces, which I feel like is under. Maybe this is one of my unprepped ones. So 10.9 ounces, and then I usually give it one squeeze, and I put it back on my scale, 7.6 ounces, so it lost 3 ounces. And after my big squeeze, this wetness is usually what I would expect out of a diaper overnight. So if Anna had been sleeping all night and I pulled out a sopping wet insert, this is usually what I feel it would look like. It doesn't. This seems to be what most other vloggers, and other cloth diaper scientists and cloth diaper groups do. The one thing that I'm making sure that I do with all of my videos is having at least 3 numbers. I do find that my numbers are fairly consistent, and we'll go through that with a lot of the other inserts, but I forgot that I really wanted to also talk about when we're looking at absorbency numbers, what does it mean? Anything under 5 ounces that holds under 5 ounces of absorbency, I'm going to consider a booster. And boosters are things that you add to a diaper. I expect most inserts on the market to hold about 8 ounces. So I used to do absorbency testing back in my forum days, and on average most inserts held about 8 ounces. So that is my expectation for something that you put in a diaper. So, and I'm gonna say that 6 to 10 ounces is for an average child, and that is for a 2-hour window, 10 ounces being on the higher end and 6 ounces being on the lower end, and 8 ounces being the ideal absorbency for most diapers. 8 ounces is what most children need in a cloth diaper, and if you're needing more, then you are tackling with other issues. Anything over 10 ounces I'm going to call a heavy wetter, and anything over 20 ounces I'm going to call a super soaker. So a lot of people do need heavy wetter status inserts, and these are usually for nap time or bedtime, and they are looking for 11 to 20 ounces of absorbency, complete package. So just to give you like that frame of reference about what I'm talking about when I'm looking at absorbency, anything that contains over 20 ounces is definitely an overnight super soaker, heavy wetter. I tend to think that overnight heavy wetters are in the 20 to 30 ounce range, and daytime heavy wetters are between 10 and 20 ounces. If there is a product that you want me to absorbency test, be sure to drop a comment down below. I will see if I have it, or I will try to get it. You can also shop all of my affiliate links down below in the comments. That's a great way to help support this channel if you're doing some shopping, and then I can earn affiliate monies, which lets me purchase more products for this channel and to be able to give you as much absorbency testing as you want. So until next time, I have a lab coat ordered for 2019, so we're gonna get really sciencey. Bye.